Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. It's time we bring out our full fragrances. And today I'm going to share with you my favorite ones. So these most probably are the ones that I'm going to reach for the most this season. So if you want to know my favorite fall fragrances, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you liked it or enjoyed it, to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. Time when I went through my collection to pick my favorite fall fragrances, I thought about the notes that represent this season for me. So the way I am going to go through these fragrances are by notes or category, if you will, olfactive family. That is to me just fall in the bottle. And the first one, when I think about fall, this is what comes to my mind, is chypre. So mostly oak moss fragrances, because they have this earthy undertone, just remind me of fall because of the damp earth, like the crushed leaves. Hiking in the mountains, I love to hike during autumn. It's my favorite season, generally speaking, but for hiking, for sure, this is my favorite one. So for that purpose, I decided to share with you two fragrances. So one is a little bit on the traditional side if we talk about chypre, and that is Gris Dior. This is oak moss, rose, and patchouli, a traditional chypre. So very elegant, very ladylike. I always associate chypre with very, put together, mature lady. And this is it. It's so beautiful. And surprisingly, I got complimented on this fragrance from a younger generation. And it could be because when you smell this fragrance, like from the bottle, and when you first spray it, you get a lot of patchouli and oak moss, which can be a little bit, too much, like old-fashioned somehow. But wait for this fragrance in the air. In the air, it's more about the rose, and it has a slight, sweet touch. I am talking about like a hint of sweetness that makes it so beautiful in the air. And it's one of the best from the private collection from Dior. A gorgeous masterpiece. Even if you don't like chypre, I think you may like this one. Again, test it on skin and wait for the beautiful sillage. If chypre is a little bit old-fashioned for you, I have for you an option that is quite modern, and it is Chloe Nomade. I have here the eau de toilette. I used to have the eau de parfum and the intense one. This is how much I loved that fragrance. Just don't mix between this one, which are the original line, and the new Naturel, which is something totally different, a tropical, sweet fragrance. This is a very modern chypre. It has Mirabelle in the notes, and the Mirabelle and this fruity touch just uplifts this earthiness that you get from oak moss, which makes it really unique and very modern. So even if you don't like chypre, you may like this one. I have here the eau de toilette, as I said, but the intense one or the eau de parfum work just beautifully. I have a full buying guide on this line. You will find it in the description down below. Next composition that just reminds me of fall, of this cold weather, windy weather, is the combination of patchouli or woody notes with rose. And my pick is Gucci Absolu Parfum. This is a sweet rose, but it's very dark, it's gothic. It has like, oh no, the sprayer doesn't work again. Oh my god, I did not wear this fragrance last year because I thought that the sprayer is not working, and then it worked, and now oh my god, I was looking forward to wear this fragrance. Anyway, do you have by any means a way for me to decant this fragrance even if the atomizer is broken? Please tell me in the comments down below. Ah, no. Okay, it worked. Anyway, this is a very, as I said, a very dark rose with a woody undertone, but it has a lot of sweetness because here it has blackberry, if I'm not mistaken, a combination of berries. And the best way to describe this fragrance is if you know Meliora from Parfum de Marly or Amethyst from Lalique, imagine these fragrances but with an amped woody base and a very dark rose. Although it's sweet, it gives me this very gothic feeling, and it just reminds me somehow of Halloween, of like windy, cold weather, but not too much. More windy weather, actually. I don't know why, it just is. If you see like the color of the bottle, this is how I feel the rose is. It's very, but velvet, you know? Love this fragrance, an underrated gem, and it deserves a lot more because it's gorgeous, and I'm afraid that Gucci is going to discontinue this one. I will be heartbroken if they did. One of my staples when it comes to fall. Next category are sweet, airy gourmands. So I am not talking about gourmands that you could eat, you know, very, very thick or sweet gourmands. More of like soft, airy, sweet fragrances that reminds you maybe a little bit of dessert, but not too much. It's not too sweet, it's not too thick. And my pick for this category is La Danza delle Libellule from Nobile 1942. This is a gorgeous niche house that you should definitely check. I have now almost all the fragrances, I mean samples, and I love this house. This is the most famous one, I would say, that everybody talks about it because it is really, really good. It has apple, it has vanilla, it's sweet, but yet airy. It's not too thick or dense. It's just perfect. Perfection for fall. And I use it almost exclusively during fall. I don't know why, because the first time I bought this fragrance, I wore it for my son's birthday. And yeah, somehow it's even now connected to that memory. And since then, I always wear it for his birthday. Not exclusively, I also wear it in other occasions, but I don't know. Love this fragrance. Love how airy and soft and delicious, but yet not in a cloying way. This fragrance is very similar to Casablanca from Swiss Arabian, but less woody, less sharp, more airy. And I have a full review and comparison between the two. Again, check the description down below. Love this fragrance and it's worth the hype for sure. Also worth the money because this house is quite on the cheap side if we consider that this is a niche house. So love this fragrance and highly recommend it. Another quite unique gourmand, and that is airy at the same time, not because of the composition, but because it's a tea fragrance, is Winter Palace from MEMO. Love this fragrance. And this is such a beautiful scent. It's so beautiful. Imagine eating a lemon cake alongside a cup of black tea. This is how this fragrance smells. I know the notes are totally different, there are a lot of notes, but this is how this fragrance smells in essence. Very beautiful, airy, soft. It's a tea fragrance after all, but it's so delicious without being cloying, just perfect if you want like a cozy scent. It's so cozy. One actually of the fragrances that I use also during winter when I want to feel warm and cozy. Yeah, I go for this one. Love this fragrance. One of my favorites from MEMO, and MEMO has a lot of fragrances that I love, so that says a lot. Very underrated. Some people talked about it for a while and then the hype died away. And I think you should try this fragrance if you love tea fragrances and you want a gourmand tea fragrance. Definitely check this one. I did not test any fragrance that smells like this one. Very, very unique. Another category in fragrances that I associate with fall is powdery fragrances. It's kind of fall and winter, yes, but I have cravings for powder fragrances during fall, and this is why I associate it with this season. And my pick is a fragrance that you did not see before on my channel because I filmed a haul that I didn't upload yet, and this is one of the fragrances in that haul, and it is Café, I know, Chantin, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's French, again from Nobile 1942. This is powdery, almondy, vanilla. The powderiness of this fragrance comes from heliotrope, and definitely heliotrope is one of my favorite notes, especially combined with vanilla. I love this combination, and it has also a fruitiness because there is sour cherry, and I know cherry is very, very popular, so before you go and say this is a cherry fragrance, it's not. This is for me heliotrope and vanilla, just with a smallest hint of sour cherry. Sorry, I had to move the camera because the lighting is coming in my face. Anyway, overall, this is like powdery vanilla, a floral musky fragrance with a hint of sour cherry, and you can really smell sour cherry. You have a little bit of the sourness and it's just gorgeous. Very, very beautiful scent. It is light. It's not very projecting. It's just like a warm cuddle. This is how I would describe this fragrance, and I fell in love with this when I tested the fragrances from Nobile 1942, and I had to have it. I could not choose a better season to get this fragrance in now. So, Café Chantin from Nobile 1942. Speaking about vanilla, a new release that blew my mind, literally. Because I was not expecting much, and it's very vanilla forward, is the new Burberry Goddess. This fragrance. Oh my god. So good. It's an airy, soft vanilla. It's gorgeous. So elegant and beautiful, and almost an everyday scent. Maybe not for summer, but for fall and winter, definitely you can wear it anywhere, anytime in these seasons, even as a date night scent, as an everyday scent. I mean, it's extremely versatile because the vanilla is also sweet. There's 3 types of vanilla here. It's quite sweet, but it has this airy softness, maybe from the lavender. Honestly, when I first sprayed it, I did not get any lavender. Just full disclosure here, but when I read the notes, I got it, and it's nothing like Libre or Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. It's a different fragrance, although it has the note of lavender in it. It's more chic, more soft and airy, and I have a full review on it, and I can't stop wearing this one, and also the new Sea Intense. If you didn't also catch my review on that fragrance, I will leave it linked down below. Both of these fragrances are just gorgeous new releases that took me by surprise. Now, if you want to combine a little bit of powderiness with vanilla, so the last 2 categories, with a spicy touch, because spices are also, for me, are a little bit of a fall note, fall and winter, of course, but when they are used lightly, they definitely give me full vibe. And the fragrance that checks all that is the elegant, the beautiful L'Ubi Rouge from Christian Louboutin. This is vanilla, and iris, and cardamom. And they are so well balanced. So the vanilla is not just sweet. The iris is just there to give a little bit of powders. There is no sharpness. And the cardamom is gorgeous in the scent. Oh my god, this is one of the most elegant fragrances I have in my collection. a lifer for me, for sure. And I know everybody loves the bottle. I don't like this bottle, and you are paying mostly for that, actually. I digress. I said that so many times. Anyway, it's definitely an expensive fragrance, but don't pay full price for it. Please try to get this one on a deal as I did, because otherwise I would not recommend it, just too much. But if you can find this one maybe 30% off or something, then definitely get yourself a bottle, because there is no words how elegant this fragrance is. It's one of the few elegant fragrances that can compete with Chanel. So beautiful. Again, a fragrance that I got compliments on. So love this one when I want to feel a little bit put together during fall, and I have a special occasion, like I have to be a little bit serious, you know, put together and serious. I put this fragrance on and it's perfection. Next, we have sweet date night fragrances. And I have two. I've talked about these all the time, so they are not a surprise for anyone who watches my channel. La Belle from Jean Paul Gaultier. This is one that I would recommend if you are starting your fragrance collection. Definitely La Belle checks all the boxes. It's sweet, it's vanilla, it's pear and vetiver, and just gorgeousness and very, very sexy. Date night perfection for me. Next is a Valentino Born in Roma. This is the original one, not Le Parfum. Le Parfum for me is a little bit more winter and a little bit too much for me. I love this one. It's blackcurrant, it's jasmine and vanilla. It's beautiful. Some people feel like it's cheap. I'm not going to say that it's not. It's not an expensive fragrance, and it doesn't smell expensive. But the compliments I get with this fragrance, you can't even imagine. I mean, I have to remember one time that I did wear this fragrance and I didn't get the compliments. And that says a lot, because I do not get a lot of compliments on fragrances. So it's either La Belle or Valentino Born in Roma for me as a fall date night scent, and also winter. And these were my favorite fall fragrances. Please tell me in the comments down below, what is your favorite fall fragrances? Are you already wearing some of your fall fragrances, or is it still a little bit hot where you live? Looking forward to see your comments down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Ciao.